what's up, everybody?
Hi.
Hello, and welcome to Monday Night. My name is Billy Floyd, and that is...
The Commodore.
That's right, baby. We're the KitchenKillaz from Orlando, Florida, classified as a touring acoustic duo crashing kitchens around the country. We do it every Friday, and we do it
for free.
That is true.
Billy,
Tonight, what's up?
You knew what day it was.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird.
You're on point today.
It's weird. I got a good night's rest last night, so it changes everything.
Good for you. Good for you.
It changes everything. No more of that 37-minute sleep. No way, buddy. I got a solid 2.5 hours. I'm ready to rock and roll.
Dude.
I'm not playing around.
That's solid.
Good to see you. Lucas Brady, I'll get right back to you, man. I saw your message come through. I'll reach right back out to you as soon as the show's over. I'm sure we'll be able to make some time to hang, my dude. Kyle Nunez, good to see you. Lisa Baker in the house. Hello, everybody. What up, DC? Dennis Cutter, you do not want to miss this interview. We have Chris and Craig from Crafted Culture joining us tonight, and I'm sure you're going to have some fantastic... Matt McIver as well. We are super stoked. Chris and Craig been working... Oh, yeah, we were just talking about you. Chris and Craig have been working really hard, not only behind the scenes, but in front of the scenes as well, to bring something to life that they're super passionate about. We're really excited to chat with them. Just their pictures alone, just on their Instagram, just had me... I just wanted to jump right through the television and dive face first into a couple of those.
Their logo is simple and elegant.
It's
and
clean.
Wonderfully crafted.
Yep. Ooh, so I see what you did there. That's fantastic.
And their pictures are phenomenal. The lighting, the angles, like... Great job.
I think one of the coolest things about their logo is it reminds me of the logos that one day won't need a word. Like, we talk about this all the time. Nike. You don't have to put Nike under the swish.
Exactly.
You know it immediately.
Yeah.
Apple. You know it immediately. Like, they have the kind of logo that as they grow, they're not going to need the word crafted culture or crafted at all.
Nope.
You know, it's really just going to pop out there, and people are going to know exactly what's going on.
Show that little sideways hops.
Oh yeah, and for those of you guys just joining us, you guys got to hang out, man. Like, these guys are doing it. They're burning the candle at both ends. Not only do they have a fantastic website, they have incredible content, but they also have a series on Amazon Prime that we're going to chat about for a short period of time as well, which is super cool.
What's up?
Yeah, you look like you're looking for something.
I'm looking for two things.
Oh, he's looking for two things. So thank you guys for joining us tonight. We really appreciate you spending your Monday night breaking off a couple minutes for us. Matthew Pfeiffer, good to see you, my brother. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. So we had a really good week this past week, which was a lot of fun. This past Monday, I'm just going to delve into it. We had Justine of Justine and the Unclean and the Whistle Stop Rock, which was super cool. She played a couple different songs for us. She rocked a song called Fourth Love, another one called Margaritas and Secondhand Smoke, which is fantastic. The vocal harmonies, the vocal melodies, the guitar parts themselves, the structure, the emotion were absolutely fantastic. She also played another song called "Be Your Own Reason," which was really good. That was kind of like a wake up and take personal responsibility for the decisions you make in life because you're powerful and you know it. You sexy.
I really liked her songwriting.
Yeah, she's really good, man.
I want to hear all that stuff with harmonies though. That was the show that I was singing all the harmonies like while she was singing.
Yeah,
you couldn't hear me, but
it was really good.
It
sounded super stealthy, baby. We also played As the World Stood Still. That's what we did for our wrap-up show last Monday. So thank you guys for joining us, and a huge shout-out to Justine for joining us, which was really great. It was great having her on. She was kind of mysterious. She had her lighting really low in the background. It was really cool. She was a fantastic artist.
She reminded me of the you're watching those shows where they don't want to be like identified.
Yeah.
And they're just like in the dark, like the lights behind them, and they're in the dark, and they're just talking with like the muffled voice.
Yeah, they did that on like Unsolved Mysteries a lot.
That's what I was trying to think of. This is that bubble. Like it's like
it's your gain.
I'm using it. I'm using a different.
You got to be up on it, baby.
We're checking it out.
And I think that is specifically for vocals, for talking. I don't know if it's for a performance mic, but
we'll see how the song goes.
Yeah, we can. And your gain's actually pretty high. You're super high in your gain right now. I don't want to go up too much because I'm afraid of breaking stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be up anymore.
There we go.
Freaking.
Yeah, there we go.
It's great.
So this past Tuesday was really cool, too. Not only did we have an all-cover poll go up, tomorrow we're going to have another one go up at 12, another poll with 5 songs on it, but we were part of the O'Halloran broadcast, which was super freaking cool. It was Brian O'Halloran. You guys know him from Clerks 2. You know him from Dogma. You know him from a bunch of Kevin Smith movies. An absolutely fantastic actor. And he was an actor in a movie called Right Before Your Eyes, which was produced by David Vincent Bob. And we featured Walking Man in that movie. So they had a streamed version of the movie and interviews with all of like the stars and the editors and David Vincent Bob himself and Brian O'Halloran last Tuesday. They asked us to pop on and play Walking Man, which was super cool to be in a stream with all of these incredible people. Like the lead actor, Adam, was there. Corey, the lead actress, was there. David was there. The editors were there. Ian, one of the producers, was there. Brian O'Halloran was there. It was just really cool.
I felt just a little out of place.
Yeah, tiny bit.
Just a little. I was like, well, I know these guys, and we've hung out with them before.
Yeah, he kept referring to us as the band, and then he thought Billy Floyd the Commodore was one person. Billy Floyd the Commodore, and what's the other person's name? And I was like, I'm so confused right now. I'm like, what is happening? He's like, oh no, he referred to you as Billy Floyd the Commodore and the Mad Scientist. And I was like, well, the Mad Scientist isn't with us tonight, but he usually is.
I don't cook.
So we cleared. That's a lie. So we cleared that whole thing up, which was a lot of fun. The O'Halloran was awesome, man. Thank you guys for inviting us. It was a good time, man.
The beginning of that, setting up the StreamYard,
Yeah,
it reminded me of like Home Alone 2 or Home Alone. Just like the interaction between everybody,
yeah.
Like, "Hi, I'm Nemo." Turn the switch on.
Yeah,
like,
your camera's backwards.
It was quite humorous.
It was a lot. It was a lot of fun, man. We had
Great job, guys.
we had a really good poll go up last Tuesday as well. It was all covers. So we had Circles by Post Malone, Where Are You Going by Dave Matthews, Africa by Toto, Mary Jane's Last Dance by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, and Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For by U2. Which was really cool.
I want to correct myself because I said something last Monday, and no, it was Wednesday when we played Circles. I was like, "This is the only Post Malone song that I like," and that is false.
That's a lie.
There's another song on that album called "Staring at the Sun."
That is a lie.
I messaged Matt McIver about that because I felt bad that I said that, and it was wrong. I
He's got some good jams, man.
Untruth. That was "Staring at the Sun" is a great song.
Yeah, he's got some good jams, man. Check out the album.
Lyrics aside,
yeah.
This song's great.
Yeah, that is true. There's some good ones, man. So we had a really good poll last week. Thank you guys. There was a tie, so you got to hear 3 different songs. And instead of doing Flip the Pick, we had a guest, which was super cool. We had DNA Floribian Flavors. How was that? Did you get to stop and see them on Saturday?
I did not.
Oh, no?
I did not.
Man, they were fan-freaking-tastic. They were so cool. Harry and Tamaya were so awesome. They streamed live from their food truck. They had been working all day. And they had their phone going. They had like 2 pairs of headphones they were trying to squish together. The headphones weren't going to work, so they just squished their cute little faces on the screen together.
They were so cute. And every time Maya was trying to hear, she would like rest her head ever so gently on Harry's shoulder. It was so cute. And I didn't realize
really
it
cool,
until
man.
Today when I sat down and I read the notes, and it says Harry is from Haiti and Maya is from Miami.
Yeah, so awesome. And they came up with DNA. What do you remember what it stood for?
No, but I'm reading it.
Oh, yeah,
so I can cheat.
Yeah, it's right there.
Distinctive, nourishing, addictive flavors.
So good. I love the fact that they came up with that, and they combined Florida flavors from Miami and then Haitian flavors. So you get that Floribian, the Florida kind of southern cooking with the Caribbean flavors.
And I like that it's not such a crazy word. Like, you know exactly what that means.
Yep.
You've never heard that word before, but you know exactly what it means.
Immediately.
Incredible.
Immediately. And their photos were fantastic. Their content was great. Their menu items were absolutely incredible. And it was just so cool. Like, I can imagine sitting on like a beautiful October night in the food truck. You got the music on. You got your love with you. You're just creating. You just have all these ingredients, creating whatever you want to manifest this amazing menu from whatever city you're going to be in tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, that's the dream, baby. That's super cool, man. We were really, really stoked to have them. They were so cool. They joined us for the pre-show and the post-show. They were so thankful. They messaged us the next day, and they thanked us again. Thank you guys so much. Like, we love you guys so much. Be sure to swing by and try out some of this food. Don't worry. We're gonna. But it was they were fantastic guests, man. And we've had some really good guests, and they were absolutely They were really good.
They were fun.
We also launched our Twitch stream last week as well. So now we're co-streaming to YouTube, Facebook, and we're on Twitch at twitch.tv/KitchenKillaz. If you guys have a Twitch account, please go over there and throw us a follow. We're trying to get to that affiliates. So the affiliate status requires that we have 50 followers. I think we have 8 right now. So we're almost there. We're almost there. We're getting there, baby. Little by little.
Oh, and I think we decided that once we get to 50 followers, I'm gonna do the Mohawk again.
You're doing the Mohawk, and once we get to 50,000, I'm gonna do a Mohawk.
I was gonna let you say it.
I'm excited. Oh, I'll do it, baby. I'll do it. Don't play with me.
Oh, I have video that says Shelly did in fact clip that video.
Oh yeah,
and
she sent it to us right away. As you wish.
There it is.
So we also streamed Toilet Paper Jesus last Wednesday, which is a good song by a good friend of ours, Thomas Carter Rochester, fantastic creator, manifester of dreams, if you will, and an actor right now.
Yeah, actor.
Yeah,
like
he's killing
video creator.
Yeah, he does stunts,
songs.
Yeah, he's
music,
an incredible dude.
Super.
Super creative. We had a really good time last Wednesday. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Thursday was a prep day for Friday. Friday, I think we were mentally preparing for the menu, which was out of this freaking world. So a huge shout out to Aaron Stevens for hosting us, which was kind of cool because we got to take it back to our roots. That's the 3rd kitchen we've crashed of Aaron's that's been completely different.
Yeah, and she's getting ready to move again.
Yep, 3 completely different kitchens. Our very first kitchen that we ever crashed, was Aaron's. And then we did it. Then we did it once again.
In
then
Port
we did
St. Lucie.
Yep,
the first one was Port St. Lucie, and then the second one was in Port St. Lucie in a different house that they built.
Yeah, that was the house they built.
And then Mike's job moved them back to Orlando.
Yep,
Lake Mary technically.
Yeah,
which is great because I get to see her all the time.
Yeah, she's not that far away.
And we crashed that kitchen last Friday night.
Yep, got to see Riley, their big puppy.
Yeah,
so funny. But she killed it, man. She made some brisket, slow smoked brisket, 250 degrees for 7 hours, and that sauce, dude. The sauce was the boss. And then I can't take anything away from the what was it? The hash brown casserole. Holy Toledo.
with the fully cooked potatoes,
bro. The hash brown casserole, I would say this. It was if it wasn't on par with the brisket, it was might have been a little higher. It was fantastic.
I'm okay with saying that the hash brown casserole stole the show.
And it's a side dish, but it wasn't the side dish that night.
Like
it was
awesome. I'm not trying to take away from the brisket, but when you hear brisket and like 7 hours in the oven, slow roasted, you're like, all right, that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah,
I understand
that's gonna take all the
But
cake.
then you hear hash brown casserole, you're like, meh, it's just something else you're putting on the plate. No. No, it's not. It was a true contender, and it stole the freaking show. One of my pet peeves, and I found out that it's one of Aaron's pet peeves too, is when you eat hash brown casserole and the potatoes aren't fully cooked, so you get like partially.
You had mentioned that a bunch of times. I figured this is an inside joke. I don't understand what's happening right now.
It's not. It's a real passion of mine to have fully cooked potatoes in the hash brown casserole.
I will throw this out of the way. Get out of here.
I won't eat it. I'll throw it on the ground. Riley can eat it all. I don't care.
It's very passionate. Listen, so if we ever come to your house to crash a kitchen and you have uncooked potatoes, trust me, you're losing a dish.
Don't even
Probably
serve
going
it.
through a sliding glass
Don't
door
even
too.
serve it.
He's a crazy
like,
man.
I messed it up.
He's
and I
a
threw
crazy
it all
man. I threw it all away.
Sorry.
Oh man, it was Friday was a good show, man. We had a good time. It was good energy. It was a good vibe. Everybody had fun. Aaron killed it again. It was really good to see Mike. You know, always good to catch up with those two. It was crazy because they've been in that house for a while, and everything's still packed. Like everything is still packed.
A little over 2 years.
Aside from what they specifically need, I walk in there like the big towers of stuff that they have of decorations is all wrapped in cardboard and cellophane. Right next, there's one to the left of the TV and one to the right of the TV. Like that's where they're supposed to go.
Do you remember the tremendous entertainment center that they had?
Yeah,
that's what's all that. All that is
they've been there for over
in.
2 years and they haven't unwrapped it, which makes sense because they're building a brand new house and they're going to be moving in about 10 months or so. So it's like, why unwrap and unpack all this stuff to only wrap it and pack it back up again in 8 months to leave?
They could have just unwrapped it when they got there, and then 2.5 years later they could wrap it.
Yeah, well, now it's too late.
now it's too late.
It's too late. Fair enough. So a huge shout out to Aaron and Mike for hosting us. This past Saturday, we had our private Patreon practice performance precisely as promised. Well done, Shelly. Well done. She helped me buy 2 peas. Oh, I'm coming after you. That's right. We're going to make that shit happen.
Next week, I want to see 7 peas, Shelly. I want to see 7.
Private Patreon practice performance precisely as promised. That is true. And we did. It was a lot of fun. We played a couple brand new originals. We played some unreleased covers. And then we took the viewer's choice, was Drifts Like Collide. They rock with that. We put up a poll, and DSC won it, baby.
That's always been one of my favorite songs. I had to throw it on the poll. Apparently, a lot of other people like it too.
It won pretty much right away.
I keep thinking, like, we played 4 unreleased songs on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta get on the ball here, man.
Yeah, whatever.
We need to start feeding them these.
I agree. I'd say the next time we're here at the studio, it's good to put a new song like that because I like the first impression to be this quality of music.
Amen.
You know what I mean? So like whatever we do first, because I know we have 3 that are ready to go. 1 cover and 2 originals ready to rock and roll. Then we have another original that we just started working on that you kind of give them a little tease of.
Yeah. Why not next Monday?
Yeah, we'll work on it.
Let's do next Monday.
That sounds like fun. I think that's good.
That's a 90% next Monday.
That's a solid 90.3750.
It's close.
Yeah,
it's close.
We're getting there, baby.
Probably count on it, but maybe.
That is very true.
I'm not sure.
That is very true. So yeah, again, a huge shout out to everybody that joined us last week. To Justine from Justine and the Unclean. Thank you very much. DNA Flurby and Flavors. There's their Facebook page right there. Please follow them on Facebook. Follow them on Instagram. You can go to their website. They're going to tell you where they're going to be in the menu items that they're working on, which are absolutely fantastic.
Follow them in your car.
Yeah,
follow them in your truck.
You know, as long as you're not a lawyer, you know, you don't want to be ambulance chasing or anything like that. But you know, I don't think there's anything wrong with following a food truck. I think that's totally cool. It's like a groupie. It's like a food truck groupie. That's fine.
You're just teasing yourself with the smell of the food.
Yeah, that is true.
Like behind the truck.
Yeah, that is true.
Right?
You just stay with it and you just mouth it. You like follow it like Toucan Sam. You may not even need a car or with gas. You just float through the air.
Dude.
following the flavors, baby, the
But
flavors.
if that really happened every time,
Yeah.
like we would be in a hot mess because
Yeah,
every
oh my
time, like
God, are
middle
you
of the
kidding me?
song, we just start floating and like over toward the.
We'd have
Yes,
to have, like,
I hope Aaron's
I
new
don't
house
know.
has a veranda.
Yeah, a veranda.
It must have a veranda.
It must have a veranda. That's right. That's right. We were talking about verandas. That's right. So yes, and if you guys want to follow us on Twitch, head over to twitch.tv/KitchenKillaz. Please throw us a follow over there, man. We definitely appreciate it. We're working really hard to get our affiliates up to 50. Once we get up to 50, then we really get to lock it in. The only other things we need are pretty basic. You know, we need like 7 days of streaming. We got that.
We
No
can
big
do
deal.
that. We can do that.
You know, yeah. I mean, we're gonna make it happen, baby. We need a certain amount of views, but 50 affiliates is really where it's at. We're at 8 right now. So if you know anybody, or if you can tag anybody, or if you can pay anybody Monopoly money to get them to follow us on our Twitch, we'll make it worth their while, baby. I'm just saying.
We've got some spare Monopoly money
Yeah.
lying around.
Yeah, it was fun.
Actually, we don't, but we can.
That's right. I mean, you know, Monopoly is buy it on Amazon.
I'll go to Target right now.
Yeah, or I can download some images and we can just make some photocopies of fake Monopoly money.
Dude.
Yeah, we don't. I mean, it's fake money, so it's
You're a
okay to make
smart guy.
photocopies of it. You know what I'm saying? We can even do it digitally. We don't even need
Is
to
that-
print anything. We
Is
just
that counterfeiting though?
it's counterfeiting fake money anyway. So no.
I don't think counterfeiting fake money is illegal.
Yeah, as long
but
as
it is
as long as we don't
counterfeiting.
pass it off as our own, because I'm sure there's a copyright and a trademark on the fact that it is Monopoly money,
Well,
so
we're
we
calling
can't
it
sell
Monopoly
it.
money.
We couldn't really sell it for money. You know, we couldn't make profit on it.
But
I
we're
think
giving it away as value.
yeah, we're giving it away as free value. We're still not generating anything monetarily.
Listen, I've done a lot of research on
Oh,
gift
yeah.
taxes.
Oh
and
yeah, I like
loans.
this. We can talk about it. I will say I chatted with Chris and Craig just briefly in the pre-show, and they were talking about some of the legalities that went behind what they're doing. So I would imagine that there's going to be a slight conversation in regards to the type of legalities that it takes to put something like that they've put together. And a lot of those, you know, they bleed into the entertainment field as well.
Okay.
So I'm sure they might actually be able to answer our questions. You know, who knows? We're gonna find out. This past Sunday was nice and easy. How was your Sunday, sir? What'd you wind up doing?
Sunday. Well, Saturday night I went and had dinner with Dad.
Nice.
We had a nice dinner at Carrabba's.
Nice.
The wife was out of town,
Okay,
so
okay.
it was just the two of us. We had a nice little chat.
Nice.
Some serious stuff and some playful stuff. It was
Good.
It was a nice little visit.
A good chat with Pop.
And I stayed the night over there and then had breakfast with Mom.
Nice. So
Mom
I
and
like the Momador.
Mom and I had Mom, are you in here? No?
I didn't
Okay.
see
That's
Debbie
all right.
Aknashek in here
She's
tonight.
busy. She's a busy woman. But Mom and I like to go to First Watch, and we've been going not frequently, but regularly, at least once a month, sometimes twice, and we get the same server every time.
Yeah.
She's super cute.
Nice.
I've got a mild crush.
So what's going on, man? How long you waiting to ask her out? Say what's up.
I don't know, 2.5 hours away.
I'm just saying, distance. Love trumps distance.
We'll see.
Desire.
Hannah.
Meow. Hannah from First Watch. If you're listening to this, the Commodore's got it for you, baby.
In St. Pete on Tyrone Boulevard. She's off on Mondays.
She's off today.
She's off today.
Oh man, you should totally like give her a KitchenKillaz card. I don't know what's cool anymore. I don't know how to talk to girls. I have no clue what to do anymore. I'm so awkward.
I never have.
I'm like, hello, I play music. That's all I know. I don't know. I've got puppies. I'm not sure what to
My
do.
name's Commodore. Your name's what?
My name's the Commodore. Next, swipe left.
Did you give yourself this name? No,
Actually, I didn't.
No, I didn't. He did.
That's true. Oh man, that's so funny. That's right. Absence makes the heart grow fungus. You're absolutely right, Matt McIver. Weird. So we had a really good Sunday. It was nice and easy, dude. The great Commodore got to hang out with Mama and Papa Commodore for a little bit here and there. Had a good night with Dad, and then a good breakfast with Mom, which was nice.
And Hannah.
Bobby was at it, and Hannah. Actually, it was all about Hannah. Yeah. I binge watched some fantastic Dragon Ball Z, which was a lot of fun. So I just kind of took it easy, wrote a little bit of music, talked to some friends, and then just watched some DBZ for a while, which was fantastic. They have Dragon Ball Z Kai, FYI. It's like a super edited version of Dragon Ball Z, which is like a million episodes. You don't really need a lot of that filler content. So Dragon Ball Z Kai was like, none of this is important. None of this is important. This is what you need. It's fantastic.
That's what I need to watch.
I recommend, if you're a DBZ fan, watch Dragon Ball Z Kai. It's fantastic.
I'm not really a DBZ fan. We also watched a
You
couple
knew Piccolo.
episodes.
Of The Last Dance?
You watch it all the time.
That's true.
That's why.
What's up, Mary and Kurt?
We watched a couple episodes of The Last Dance.
Oh,
Anybody
man.
seen The Last Dance?
If you guys have a chance to watch Last Dance on Netflix, the I guess it would docu-series.
It's a docu-series.
Like a docu-series.
Yeah.
They
It's very
followed
interesting.
the Bulls on the 97-98 season, and they titled it because Phil Jackson themes all of his seasons, and he themed this one The Last Dance.
Yeah.
It is super awesome.
And it's not
Incredible.
all about Michael Jordan.
No.
It's about
We
Michael
watched one
Jordan,
on Michael Jordan, one on Scottie Pippen, one on Dennis Rodman. Are the
And the-
three that we've watched
and
so
the next
far.
one is on Phil Jackson. I watched it today.
That's going to be awesome. Oh, really? Good. No, that's okay, man. It's fantastic. So if you guys have a chance to check that out, super inspirational, super motivational, you guys got to check it out. That's absolutely super cool. We had a good week, man. It was really awesome. And tonight, I'm really excited because we got one song to play for you. Then we're going to be chatting with Chris and Craig from Crafted. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I'm really excited.
Is anyone keeping count of how many times Billy says that?
It's. I mean, I don't.
Chris and Craig from Crafted.
Yeah, Chris and Craig from Crafted. I mean, I could say Craig and Chris from Crafted. Oh, that's even funnier. But the other one is alphabetical, and on my screen they're Chris to the left and Craig to the right. It's actually Chris and Craig Crafted from Crafted. So man, now I'm really getting torn up. Thankfully I had a bunch of caffeine today. Yeah. So we're gonna jam a jam, and then we're gonna chat with Chris and Craig from Crafted. Man, it's gonna get crazy. They have it's gonna get crazy too. They have a fantastic Instagram. We're gonna be talking about some incredible photos where they feature a bunch of different beers, a bunch of different crafted drinks, if you will. I don't even want to say beers. It's crazy. I'm gonna let them use the proper, all the proper articulation and definition of the incredible things that they are focusing on. We're going to be talking to them about their Prime Video series as well, and then they have an incredible.com we're going to chat with. And then overall, Chris and Craig from Crafted are just absolutely amazing people. They are brilliant, they are driven, they are focused, and above all, they are passionate. They may have some other attributes to their characteristics that we're not necessarily aware of yet, but we're going to find out. So we got one song to jam. I hope you guys are having a good night, and thank you for spending some time with us. We most certainly appreciate it. I got to say, Shelly shot me an Instagram post the other day of the teaser for Ready Player 2. I can't wait for that. That's going to be so much fun. So thank you very much for that, Shelly. I appreciate it. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Oh, so far away.
Yeah, I know that song. We got a lot of songs, man. Sometimes we don't play them for a while. And I'm like,
Yeah. This is a song by Alec Benjamin. This is called If I Killed Someone for You. Hope you dig it. I'm sorry that I did this. No. Is that right? Are you sure?
Yep.
Sounds so low. Yeah? It does sound low. When I first started writing this song,
played 10 minutes ago.
when I first heard the song, he sang it so high. I'm like, there's no way I can sing that high. There's no way. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it anyway. And now it doesn't feel high at all. It feels normal.
Until you get to the last chorus.
Sorry that I did this. The blood is on my hands. I stare at my reflection. I don't know who I am. I practice my confession. In case I take this stand, I'll say I learned my lesson. I'll be a better man. I'm packing up my things and I'm wiping down the walls. I'm rinsing off my clothes and I'm walking through the halls. I did it all for her, so I felt nothing at all. I don't know what she'll say, so I'll ask her when she calls. Would you love me more if I killed someone for you? Would you hold my hand, the same ones that I used? Wanna kiss someone for you, yeah. Would you turn me in when I say I'm on the loose? Would you mind me when my face is on the news? 'Cause I kiss someone for you, yeah. I hear the sirens coming, I see the flashing lights. I'm driving through my suburbs, wearing my disguise. I show up at her doorstep to look her in the eyes. I tell her that it's me, but she doesn't recognize. Oh, can't you see I'm running now? I need a place to hide. I've gotta ask you something, could you please let me inside? Just let me explain, no, I wouldn't tell you lies. I know you'll understand if you let me stay the night. Would you love me more if I killed someone for you? Would you hold my hand? They're the same ones that I used. Wanna kill someone for you, yeah. Would you turn me in when they say I'm on the loose, would you mind me when my face is on the news? 'Cause I kiss someone for you, yeah. Ooh. Ooh. So groovy, baby. Yeah. This is kind of the crux right here of the song, FYI. You have to understand, the one I killed is me, changing what I was for what you wanted me to be. I followed your directions, did everything you asked. I hope it makes you happy, there's just no turning back. Oh, would you love me more if I killed someone for you? Would you hold my hand? They're the same ones that I used when I killed someone for you. Would you turn me in when I say I'm on the loose? Would you mind me when my face is on the news? 'Cause I kiss someone for you, yeah. Would you love me more when I get someone for you? Would you hold my hand? They're the same ones that I used when I kiss someone for you. Turn me in when they say I'm on the loose. Would you mind me when my face is on the news? Think of someone for you, yeah.
You didn't do the slide thing again. That's the
oh
end.
yeah, baby! Thank you guys for joining us tonight. We most certainly appreciate it.
We do.
My name is Billy Floyd, and that is
The Commodore.
That's right, baby. We are muted on 2 and 4, sir. You should be good to go. Awesome. And now the moment that I've been waiting for.
You got to make sure you're muted on 2 and 4.
Yeah, mute on 2 and 4 there, Matt McIver. Hope you guys are having a good night. Thank you very much for spending some time with us. That was a little Alec Benjamin.
Yeah.
If I killed someone for you, I appreciate you guys hanging out with us.
Actually, it was us, but it was his song.
It
Fair
was.
enough.
I mean, we played it, but yeah, he wrote it. He wrote it. He's fantastic. You check him out online on YouTube, Alec Benjamin. He's got some fantastic songs. He's an incredible songwriter, and he definitely deserves all the accolades that he receives.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
incredible.
great song. Like the lyrics in that song, not the lyrics per se, but the story in that
Yeah.
song is
Story's
very
really good,
how
man.
He did that.
I know, a little tie up. That's right. So, ladies and
Killing
gentlemen,
people.
without further ado, hold on, Luke, make up your mind, brother.
Luke, we're
What are you
busy.
doing? What are you doing? Okay, you're up, buddy. All right, here we go. He makes the rules. All right, sweet. So, without further ado, let's chat with our good friends Chris and Craig from Crafted, baby. Look at these sexy guys. Hello.
What's up, boys?
Hello, my good friends. How are you?
Living the dream.
Living
Chilling,
the
good.
dream.
Dream.
I love it. I love it. So, Craig, real quick, is your last name actually Crafted? Just say yes. It'll be fun.
No. yes, it is.
Hey!
It is actually another C word. It's Chapman.
Really? Craig
Yeah.
Chapman from Crafted.
Man, you just made Billy's day.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Chris, what's your last name? Is it okay to share it with us? Does it begin with a C?
It is, does not. Starts with a B, and it is Burger.
Burger. Okay, well,
Yeah.
you gotta leave.
We'll say
That's
his
it.
name. We'll
You're
say
out.
his name last. So we'll have all the C's and then burger at the end.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, yeah, we say Chris. Yeah, we could say from Crafted, Craig Crafted, and Chris Burger. Yeah, Chapman. I said his last name was Crafted again, didn't I? It's done. It's finished. I can't change it. I'm sorry.
So thank you for joining us tonight, guys.
Thanks for having us, boys.
Oh, dude, we appreciate you guys. Thank you for breaking off a little piece of time to share with us. Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh,
I
yeah.
recognize that sound. So yeah, before we get started, we've been following you guys on social media. You guys are making some serious moves. So I was wondering if you guys would take a moment and introduce yourselves and talk to everybody a little bit about what Crafted is, how you guys came up with this incredible idea.
Sure. Chris, do you want me to?
Yeah, you go
attack
first,
this?
buddy. That's cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my career is as a production manager, producer for 20 years. From Florida, I lived in New York City. I worked for MTV, VH1, Nickelodeon. Hung around in Brooklyn for 20 years and did that, and then came home to start producing television shows or digital shows for digital platforms like Hulu and Netflix and Amazon Prime. And Crafted was one of a lot of ideas. Particularly, my interest is in lifestyle type programming. So, telling the stories of the craft brewers and the communities where they're located and sort of their passion and drive behind it is something that really drives me to get out and do these episodes and film these shows. And we toyed for a long time with how to structure the business, I guess. And we came up with the idea of featuring 4 different breweries each season. And then at the end of that, it all culminates in them releasing a collaborative beer together. So that's on October 2nd, we released that 4-pack of beer. And it was available at all 4 breweries and also through our website.
Man, ties it.
That's one of the beers right there.
I see what he's doing. I see what Chris is up to. I love it. Dude, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Man,
I was just going to say, yeah, I mean, like back in the day, I just kind of met Craig through another friend, and he kind of told me what he wanted to do. And we had initially talked about doing like a brewery and a food pairing style show. And then we came on to this, and this is it, man. We ran with it.
Man, and so far you guys are really, you're digging your heels in, like, and I like the fact that it wasn't. I don't want to take anything away. Say it wasn't just an idea, but when Craig brought all of his industry knowledge, all of his production knowledge, all of his experience in the industry, because you really have to have that knowledge base and that understanding, and I would imagine to a degree, a lot of it is networking and connections. Know who to call, how to make those emails, how to put things together, how to put it together to make it a digestible package where people are like, wow, this is a really great idea. And there's a lot of trial and tribulation that I would imagine that Craig went through over the last 2 decades to be able to bring that kind of firepower, to this idea, to be able to be like, yeah, man, we're burning all the burners right now. This is a fantastic idea. Let's make it happen. Which is super, super cool. We know you guys have season 1 on Amazon Prime right now. And it looks like you guys did exactly what you were talking about: Ivanhoe Park Brewing, Rock Pit Brewing, Bowigan's Beer Company, and Intracoastal Brewing Company. And that is I really like the fact that you kept it narrow. You kept it focused on just those 4 entities right there, instead of having season 1 with like 20 episodes, because you're tying it all in together of them creating a community beer, like creating something together.
Yeah, I like the tying in at the end with the collective beer, and then it's offered at all 4 breweries. That's pretty dope. That's
brilliant, man.
That spells community.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
that's full circle too, man. That's really, really smart. I really like that, Craig. That's a fantastic idea, and I imagine that you kind of recognized Chris's passion for this. Is that kind of where the crafted idea came from? Like, Chris, what is your role in Crafted? What was your involvement, and what hats do you wear?
So, I mean, really, my background is sales. I was a bartender for a long time, but after that, I got a big boy job and moved into sales, and I've been doing that ever since. So, I kind of do a lot of the interaction, networking. So Craig can focus more on the design and, doing the pretty stuff. I mean, everything that you see on our Instagram, even everything that's shot, that's all Craig. I mean, he does all of that. I mean, he's just, he's got a passion for it, and he's obviously very good at it. So it's just been a match made in heaven. I kind of handle talking with a lot of the guys. I also enjoy beer a lot, obviously. So yeah, I mean, my job is to drink beer.
Man,
well, I think
it's a tough one.
Chris has strengths where my weaknesses are. Like, I'm great at making TV shows and putting content out there and marketing that, but the business side of it is not my thing, and the tech side of it is not my thing. So that's where Chris has really come into play to help out as we're launching this business. I mean, it's still a work in progress for sure.
Sure, absolutely. I mean, and I like how you guys refer to it as a work in progress, and you have a series on Amazon Prime. That's awesome. That's incredible. It shows me like you guys have you still have so much more you want to do, But to creators and to people that are looking for that inspiration, you guys have already done some incredible things, and I love the fact that you're able to appreciate and reward and celebrate the fact that you've done this. But you're already looking far into the future on growing it and evolving it and keeping it moving and grooving, and that the fact that you guys recognize each other's strengths and each other's weaknesses is imperative. Like that's the only way a dynamic duo of this type can kind of move forward. The Commodore and I are to a degree very similar.
Very similar, Craig. When you were saying like Chris does the technical stuff, and he talks to the people.
Yeah.
Does all the business stuff. I'm pointing at Billy every time I say all these things. My passion for the project is it started off with guitar and music and singing, and I love singing and writing harmonies, so that's a huge part of my role. And then as we got into it, I found a way to bring in my love for numbers and spreadsheets into the mix as well.
Nice.
And I found a new love for like graphic art. So all of our banners and pictures and stuff I kind of mess with. So
Amazing.
I got to find a new passion.
Yeah, it was one of those things where we kind of like we and anybody that we get to work with or that gets to work with us, we always kind of leave it up to them to determine their own level of involvement. I want people to do what they want to do, because if we start delegating responsibilities to people, they'll do it to get the job done. But if they're truly passionate about it and they really want to do it, then they're really going to pour their heart and soul into it. And it's been really interesting. We work with Jen Hogan and Shelley Wheeler, and Jen comes from a long history of music business, of booking and talking and getting in touch with people and learning how to manage bands and manage venues. And Shelley comes from the convention business, where she's in a leadership role where she's bringing people together, and she's a huge community advocate. And she's fantastic because we were really fortunate to have Shelley crash with us. We all lived together for a couple of years, which was a lot of fun. And she brought such an amazing touch to our live shows, because we're two dudes, so we show up and we're two dudes. But when we had Shelley, she had an amazing touch of soul and emotion. So it was really incredible to see when you would add all these seasonings together and these flavors together, the kind of result that you were able to provide as as entertainment. And in your case, it sounds like both of you guys are able to realize, like, man, Chris, you're really good at this. You're really good at this. Craig's like, I'm really good at this. I can do this. If we put it together, we can really make something happen here. And I love the fact that when we're younger, it's a little tougher because like we're trying to prove ourselves. But as we grow and we start to realize what we really are good at, it's like, instead of making the bad things good, make the good things great. And if we focus on making the good things great, then all of the attributes and characteristics of the entire project will be great. And then we'll learn along the way how to do the other things. Like the Commodore was saying, he's discovered his love for graphic art, and he really is a passionate dude when it comes to tables and numbers and formulas and cells and Excel spreadsheets. So to bring that in, and that's where all of our music comes from, like how we design all of our set lists, how we put all of our polls together. It all comes from math and votes. So it's crazy, and it's so cool to see you guys pushing the .com, pushing the community, pushing Amazon Prime, pushing Instagram, and then realizing what your strengths are and absolutely capitalizing on them. It's in a super professional and effective way. It really is super, super inspirational. Do you guys think there's going to be a season 2 of Crafted on Prime?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And there's a third person that does all the editing for the show. So there's another mind back here doing great stuff, because I can't edit either. I'm not good at editing. So his name is Ian. I must mention him. But,
his name doesn't begin with a C? I get why you left him out.
No.
I understand.
Sorry, Ian.
You broke the whole thing up.
It's
Yeah,
Ian with a
man.
C.
Yeah, it's Ian with a C. The C is silent.
The C is silent.
It's a silent. Yeah. It's
all alliteration aside. Ian's awesome.
We love Ian. And you bring up a really good point, because editing is a huge part of the entire experience of what you watch. Like, you can have the best content, you can have the best musical score, the best cameras and lighting and photos, but if you don't have a really great editor, it's not going to work.
So I have a question for both of you. I'll start with Craig. Craig, what got you into production and photography? Were you into photography at all, or just production?
I dabble. I have,
You dabble.
by trade, I have to be able to sort of operate a camera and have a good eye for things. But I'm going to date myself here. I graduated from UCF in 1997, and I took an internship at Nickelodeon Studios, which was still out at Universal at the time. And I was working in their marketing department, writing press releases, doing special events. And I ended up working on Figure It Out. They would sort of switch the interns around into different departments, and decided that I really liked the production end of things and ran in that direction. I worked on Figure It Out. I worked on Keenan and Kel for a short amount of time. And then through that company, Viacom, I ended up getting a job at MTV in New York City, working on the Video Music Awards. It was the first show I worked on. So
Wow.
I just really fell in love with the whole world of production, and sort of just worked my way up to being a production manager eventually, and working on, not only reality television shows for MTV and VH1, but also a lot of independent features. So really like passion projects as well.
And what was that timeline from the time you graduated UCF to the time you took the job in New York with MTV? What was how long of a period was that?
I moved to New York when I was 21. So there was maybe like a 2-year period, a couple years.
Wow.
So around
That's
there, 2 or
awesome.
3. I want to say like I was living full time in New York, maybe somewhere between 21 and 23 years old.
Wow, that's super young to be in a big city like that, to be working on a production like that. Like how did you looking back at 21-year-old Craig? How did Craig manage mentally and emotionally being in such a big city with such a huge production show? Like that's the dance, man. I mean, you're at the MTV Music Awards.
Was that the dance for you at the time? Was that like the big job? Did you feel like you were the
New York
you were the
City
shiznit at the time?
I would.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
like
you could say
I
it, you
went
could
from
say it.
here to there, and 2 days later, I was working on that show for the dressing room department of all things. So we were setting up the dressing rooms and getting the writer list for the celebrities to make sure they were in their room when they would show up, and then managing those rooms throughout the night of the show. So yeah, I felt like a rock star, as close as you could get, to
absolutely.
being one. So
Yeah.
Absolutely, man.
It was
That
cool.
had to be really motivational. Like that you felt like I'm doing the right thing. I'm on the right path. Like this
Mhm.
is I really have a great connection to it. And to a degree, going from helping people out in green rooms and working on wardrobe, how was that inclination step for you to up where you're now, acting as a producer and producing shows and coming up with ideas and kind of brainstorming with other creators and passionate people? Like what an awesome journey. To experience, starting from, and it's good because you have the understanding of what it's like. Hey man, what did you do when you first got here? I helped people out with their costumes in the green rooms and made sure that they were there on time. And then little by little you learned all of these steps, so it's much easier to manage a position that you've worked before, and now you found yourself where you're producing your own television shows, and you're putting forward the ideas, and you're brainstorming, and you're creating something using all of the experience that you have in your repertoire already, to really put forward such a cool product. How was that timeline for you from going to helping in green rooms to now working with Chris and Crafted? Like, was it pretty quick? Did it move fairly quickly? Did you find any like speed bumps and hiccups? How was that for you?
That's a great question. I mean, the timeline was long. Obviously, I'm 46 now, so I was over 20 years. I was working in production, and eventually working as a production manager. And there's like a time in a producer person type life where you eventually will leave and start producing your own shows, and maybe go back to MTV and sell shows to them, or go to another network and sell shows to them. And I've always been a creative person. I grew up, as a punk rock kid, and I was playing in punk bands and, like touring, and I had a small record label at the time, was putting out 7 inches. So it's always been in my blood to sort of create stuff. And eventually I was like, I need to start producing, my own shows, my own content. And it was probably around that time when Hulu had just launched, and we were seeing this emergence of like digital platforms and this never-ending need for content. So I feel like the timing has always been pretty good. And initially I was producing another show, a cooking series of all things. And then started saying to myself, well, I've always wanted to produce more than one show, not just one show at a time. And started sort of brainstorming ideas, and Crafted was one of them, and led me to Chris and led me here today.
Nice.
Yeah.
That bridge between you and Chris, I know you guys knew each other previously. You've been friends for quite some time.
No,
No, we've known each other for about a year now, maybe.
Okay.
year and a half. Yeah.
He
So
sat
what
in on like a creative meeting I was having with some other people to sort of put this idea out there and get feedback. And him and I just sort of hit it off, and we sort of like left that meeting and started talking and kind of ran with the idea, and then got to a point where we were ready to, we raised a little bit of money, and we shot the first episode at Intracoastal, and then we were ready to keep producing. But then, of course, COVID-19 happened, and things were sort of put on hold for a while, but we managed to sort of push through that and produce the final 3 episodes during that time period.
Wow.
So we've really only known each other for a little over a year now, probably.
You guys
Yeah.
just clicked. Like
Yeah.
you were saying, like Chris was part of that creative meeting, and you guys just kind of passed on some ideas, and you really clicked, and you had something in common. You decided to continue to talk and work through it, and clearly you saw, not only did Chris have a fantastic beard, but he had a really good, driven, focused passion for what he wanted to do. Like he had a clear vision. And how was that, Chris? Coming from your end to be a part of this creative meeting. Next thing you know, you're buttoned up with Craig, and you guys are talking, and it's getting ready to become a real thing. Not just an idea, not just something written down on paper, something you're telling your friends and family about, but now you're in true conversation with somebody that can really take this to the next level. Like how was that, and balancing that emotional content, like to realize that you're one good conversation away from a dream. Like how was that for you? How was that experience?
It was pretty crazy. It just kind of, it was more or less happenstance that it all kind of came together like it did. There's a startup incubator here in Melbourne where we live, and we were both, frequent patrons of that place, and just so happened to be there at the same time when this was happening. And yeah, it was just kind of at random. And then, the last thing I ever thought was I was going to be working on a TV show. I mean, I literally had zero production experience. I mean, I'm pretty much a big nerd. Like I build computers. Yeah. I do.
Did you say you build computers?
Yeah, I build computers like on the
I like this
side.
guy.
And,
I
yeah.
like this guy. You're a good guy.
Well, I think when you meet someone, and before you know that you have all these different talents, like Billy and I, we complement each other in our talents and our skills and all that. And before you know that about this other person, you just somehow click. And then once you start finding out, like, oh my God, he's good at this, and I'm good at this, and this can work together. Once you start putting all that together, it gets really exciting.
Yeah.
For me anyway.
Yeah, when they start popping, when all of a sudden it's like you're not even in control anymore. Just the ideas are flowing and they're growing, and you're just watching it happen. Like that's such a fantastic experience. I hope everybody in their life gets to experience something magical like that. Because when it does happen, it really is nothing less than absolute magic. Like, and that's just what it feels like. The ideas can't come fast enough, and the motivation is just so high up there, and the serotonin is getting crazy, and you're just like, this is gonna be so much fun.
and what you produce ends up being pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, it's the quality of the production. It's not the fact that you guys have a series on Amazon Prime. Like, the right people, you know how to shake the right hands, you get one on there, but the quality that you guys used, like the absolute beauty of the editing process. And I think Ian's in here. Is this Ian Hunter? Is this the guy?
That's him.
Yeah,
That's
that's
the guy
him.
that works with you? Nothing but trouble. I can tell right there. Nothing but trouble.
So
Ian,
Chris,
thank you for your editing skills.
Chris, have you made your own beer?
I have not. No.
Do you have a taste for that?
I love beer. I mean, I always have. I drank a lot of beer in my life, but never brewed any. I have my closest friend is actually he's a brewer, and when I met Craig and we kind of came to this conclusion that this was what the show was going to be. I mean, all I could think of is like, all right, awesome. Jeff can tell me what to do, tell me what's good and stuff. So he's been definitely a resource for us.
Do you use any of your knowledge of beer and what it tastes like and the beer industry? Do you use any of that knowledge in the project or just strictly
Oh,
sales?
well, I mean, I'm never on camera, so not really. But as far as knowledge goes, yeah, because we want to feature breweries that make good beer. Because, I mean, in Florida, if you guys didn't know, there's a ton of breweries in Florida. There's like 450 breweries in Florida. And I'm not saying any of them are bad, but there's obviously a very vast range of quality in the beer.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays everybody feels like, hey, I'm gonna start a brewery, and they have like zero experience. They don't know, how to even make beer when they start.
It was the
So
cool thing to do. It was cool at the time. Their breweries were really hot. They had
yeah,
fantastic beer. That's all they thought they needed. And the next thing you know, they have a microbrewery. And it's like,
There's
Yeah.
always a fantastic beer at the brewery.
there has to be.
Even if they have terrible
oh,
beer.
dude,
I think it's part of the
absolutely.
licensing. I don't even think you can get a beer and wine license for a microbrewery unless you have a fantastic beard. Like, I'm pretty sure it's a prerequisite. Especially
I think every one of our head brewers has a beard, or lead brewers.
Nailed it.
Oh yeah, like the Commodore, he can't get a job working at a brewery. I'm almost there. I'm getting there.
I'll never be a brewer.
I
It ain't in the
actually
cards for me, man.
I see one of the brewers from Ivanhoe Park just joined in the conversation.
Hey, Eric, what's up, buddy?
Is this Mr. Van Wormer right
Yes.
here?
That's him.
Yep.
He's from
Oh,
Ivanhoe
yeah.
Park.
That is so. And I was gonna ask because like a lot of these places we recognize we've been to. I think we just we just passed a couple the other day. We were downtown in the Mills area hanging out over by Virginia Drive. Kicking it when we were over
The
at,
Ivanhoe Park.
yeah.
That was the one where Gentry was out front.
Yeah, Chris Gentry was out
Yeah.
front. Yeah, we went there a couple times to see some live music. There was a food truck out back we got to hang out
Yeah.
with.
Yep.
Some beautiful places, and I recognize the like Intercoastal, Boegan's, Rock Pit Brewing, Ivanhoe Park Brewing. Like, it's so cool that you guys were able to kind of jump across Orlando, from Castleberry, to the Orlando, the Greater Orlando, Sub Orlando, Focused Orlando, Fantastic
In
Orlando.
the heart of Orlando.
The heart of Orlando, baby. Put them all together. Like, how did you guys choose these four?
Well, I mean, the first one we chose, Intracoastal, made the most sense to us because we're actually over in Melbourne, Florida,
Nice.
and they're in Melbourne, Florida as well.
I know. I saw you have a 321 area code.
Mhm. Yeah. So, so I think after that, I mean, Chris, what was our thought process?
I mean, really, we kind of just, the brewer from Intracoastal, we talk to him and we say, like, yo, who do you know that's cool and makes good beer? And he referred us to, I think, Boegan's, and then Craig just kind of ran with it from there. He just did some research and found some breweries that looked good, and it just so happened that all four of those dudes already knew each other too. I wanted to mention too, actually, the lead brewer at Ivanhoe Park is actually a really nice girl named Amanda Maley. So she does not have a beard.
Amanda has no beard.
Oh, but Eric does have a nice beard.
Eric has enough beard for both of them.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm getting.
Okay.
That's what I'm
All
getting.
right.
Eric can
We'll
cover
we'll
Amanda's
give
beard,
Amanda
no
a
problem.
pass.
I think another element, speaking of the breweries and the brewers, we came to them only knowing how to produce a TV show. And then we ended up putting this beer together, which I thought was like an amazing process because I'm like, I don't know anything about beer. I don't know anything about making beer. I researched it and learned a lot during the process, but the amount of trust that they sort of put into us to not only tell their stories, but then to also spread the word about this beer, bring them all together, just made the process, the scarier part of the process for me, feel more comfortable, and like the entire project was just awesome because of it.
Yeah.
As soon as you step outside that comfort zone, man,
Yeah, you bring up a really great point,
good
though.
stuff
Like,
starts happening.
they trusted you to tell their story. Like, that's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge. When somebody says, "Okay, no problem," like, here you go. Like, this is our passion. This is our love. Here you go. We trust you to, tell a good story. From the heart and soul of where the whole thing started. And then the fact that they all knew each other was super cool. So I would imagine that the conversation about having them create a community beer together was not that difficult. I would imagine they were probably open to it. Be like, man, that's a great idea. Like, let's see what we can do.
I imagine they were super excited about it.
Yeah, what a great
Definitely.
idea. Yeah,
Definitely.
that's super cool, man, and it's so awesome to hear about it because we hear about this when you meet somebody in the industry and they know other people in the same industry. They're like, yeah, we're all friends, like we all know each other. We're all. That's like Craig, when you said you've been playing music for a while, it's like the bands get to know each other. You
Yeah.
know, like we see each other on tour, we see each other backstage. You know, we see each other in passing at Days Inn. You know, just hanging out. You're going this way, I'm going this way. You know, so
At airports in random cities.
At airports in random cities, yeah. Like, hey man, I'm on a 3-hour layover. Me too. You know, like let's hang out and grab a beer. So no pun intended. But it really is very interesting that you guys were able to delve into something that you were comfortably passionate about. And it wasn't like this huge life goal. You just really liked it. You really enjoyed it, and you felt that there was a story to tell. And I like how Craig recognized opportunity. We talk about this a lot, how a lot of people that are finding success in the passions in their life, one of the biggest attributes that they have is the ability to recognize opportunity. You know, and it sounds like Craig was able to do that, and he's done that a couple times. He just recognizes opportunity, and he says, "There's an opportunity here. Let's." And then you need the drive, like you said, to push through COVID-19, to push through that first episode, and to continue and create those 3 other episodes. That's no joke. That takes a lot.
So we got a question in the comments from Jen. She says, "Do you each have a favorite craft beer?"
Man,
This
that's tough.
is Ian as well. I want to know what Ian has to say, even though Ian's not, part of the show. But I wonder if he
Craig,
has a favorite craft
are
beer.
you a beer drinker? I think you're drinking wine right now.
I'm not drinking wine. I'm drinking Coke, actually.
Oh, okay, Coke.
RC Cola,
Red wine.
actually.
Oh,
RC Cola.
RC Cola.
Yeah.
Was that Royal Crown Cola?
Yeah.
Is that what the RC stands for?
Well, yeah, it is. It is. When I do drink a beer, it's usually a lager. I think in my 20s, especially living in New York City, Brooklyn Lager was like my jam. That was what I would go to all the time. So if I do drink beer, it's going to be probably a lager, something very tasty and good and with some heft, a little heft to it.
Has this project introduced you, I imagine, to a lot of different beers? Have you found a specific lager that just really just kind of like clicks with you?
I mean, that's probably a better question for Chris.
Yeah.
I think what I found cool through this process was not only like all the different styles of beer, but also like the creativity that goes into it. So, when the brewers are meeting about what beer they wanted to make for the show, they were talking. It's a goza, it's a sour, so it has lime and lemon and orange and grapefruit and reflects Florida because they're all Florida breweries. It made sense. And there's they harvested sea salt. The guys at Intercoastal, because we live over on the ocean, on the beach. So I think that process to me was more cool than anything. And then being able to taste that final product, it clicked. It was like an instant, like, yes, this is a perfect beer for not only what they were setting out to make, but to go with this project since, it was Florida focused and Florida based. So
interesting.
Yeah, I would say Toppling, if you guys have ever had Toppling Goliath King Sue, it's a double IPA. It is
so complicated.
It's very, very good. It's a renowned beer.
What is a double IPA as opposed to an IPA?
It's an overachieving IPA, not just a single IPA. They're overachievers.
Hey, Eric, are you still in here? Can you answer that? I think it just means it's you're gonna have to. Hopefully, hops. Eric's still in here. I think it's just double hopped.
Okay. Because I always associate IPAs with being very hoppy.
Yeah, I mean that's my favorite type of beer.
When you say double IPA, I'm like double hoppy.
Yes, it is very intense.
I like Google. So this says double IPAs, also called Imperial IPAs. This uniquely American style takes the craving for hops and runs with it. They usually use double or even triple the amount of hops, but also add more malts to balance. The resulting beer has huge hoppy highs and deep malty depths with a high ABV to match.
Stretching out the spectrum there.
Strong beer.
Yeah, man.
I've always been a lager guy. You're gonna hate me for this. I drank Bud Light for most of my beer drinking days.
Hell yeah.
I was never really at the breweries much because they don't really let you drink Bud Light there. But the one IPA that I've found that I enjoy the most is Cigar City High Life.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That one's always been my favorite IPA.
They were actually one of our original breweries that we were going to interview for the show, but with COVID, it kind of got messed up. We couldn't do it.
Yeah, Cigar City over in Tampa, they've put out a couple good beers. They've been around for a while. They've got a brown ale that was hugely popular. I can't remember because I don't drink that stuff. But yeah, I see Cigar City a lot, and I really like their IPA. So that's all I have on the brewery subjects.
It's a good beer.
I like Bud Light. Oh man, I think one of the things, and there's a logic behind the Bud Light. You can find it everywhere. It all tastes the same. It doesn't matter where you go, you're gonna find Bud Light.
It's inexpensive.
And it's cheap.
And you can drink like 30 of them.
Oh my God, bro! It's water with bubbles.
Yeah.
Boom,
water. I'm just a little guy. You know?
27 Bud Lights later, he's ready to rock and roll.
Yeah,
You
that's
give him a
right.
couple IPAs, he's on the floor.
Exactly.
So Jen had a question. What is the name of the beer that you guys created? Don't worry about that comment. That was a dirty comment. This is the one we're talking about.
It is
Okay.
called Citrus C.
That is so cool, man.
You
And
said it's a Gose, Gose.
Goza.
I think
yeah.
goes up.
Goza.
So
Goza.
there's another small cool aspect to this beer that I'll show you. So it's a 4-pack when you buy it, but each brewery designed their own label. So you'll see Intracoastal's design is here. This was Boegan's design here, and then the other cans are. If I can get it to where you guys can see it. There's a Rock Pit's design was this one, and Ivanhoe Park's was this one. So you get 4 different kinds of art on your cans as well.
now they're collectibles.
I love
Yeah,
it.
dude.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Now they're not only can you guys go to Amazon Prime and you can watch the series, the 4 individual episodes that focus on each of these individual breweries, but now you can get a 4-pack of the beers with the individual artwork from those breweries coming together to make a specific beer with their combined. It's like the Voltron of beer.
It's pretty interactive.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
You can also order it on our website.
That's what I'm talking about right there. And that's crafted-culture.com. I believe we're going to check that out because I'm looking at. I was a web developer for a long time, and it's really awesome to see good websites. Like it's very rare to see nice and clean and very simple, very good websites. You know, a lot of people they over website. They have 20, 30, 40 pages. Listen, man, people don't have that kind of time, nor they have that kind of attention. But if you hit them with something like this, yeah, look how pretty that is.
I appreciate it. This is the first
frames-
website I ever built.
Oh, it's beautiful, man. And now these days, you know, like we used to have to write everything with code. You know,
Yeah.
everything was like CSS or HTML or PHP, and now they have these incredible web developers, like these web designers, where you can just go right in and you're like drop, add this font, add these colors, but it still takes the right content. Like you still have to have the right content. You know, like the specific frames that you guys use for now. Is this
And
is
the
this
ideas behind it too.
is the content that you have in the video on the website right now? Is this your content? Is this shareware content? Where did this come from?
Yeah. That's
We-
Intracoastal Brewery.
Yeah, we
Man,
produced that.
That
It was
is
a
so
promo,
cool.
like a small promo piece.
Look at that beard. That's fantastic.
Who was that?
That's Donald Atwell from the head brewer at Intracoastal.
Is he the cartoon guy in your logo thing?
He is not, but he looks pretty similar.
Yeah, he
Look
does.
Very similar to that.
Oh.
Buy merch. Let's click on this. Where is this going to take us?
Uh,
We're going to buy the merch.
You want to
Take
buy
it
them?
threadless.
That's
Oh,
just
yeah.
like our T-shirts and things like that. So
Nice. Men's, women's. Oh, nice. That's the guy you're talking about right there.
Yeah.
yeah,
It does look very
got-
similar to
He's
him.
got
That is
hops for
true.
beard.
The artist who made that, he had never seen Donald before, so it wasn't
Really?
even his inspiration. It's
That-
just, beards are common.
That is beautiful. And the so the specific specific creator and distributor for your merchandise is Threadless.
Yes, the artist is Alan from Wild Card Design in Charleston,
Nice.
South Carolina.
Extra soft. These guys know what they're doing, Commodore.
Mhm.
They know what they're doing. I love it. Man, that is incredible. I'm gonna jump home real quick. Check this out. Let's buy some beer. Oh yeah, you guys. Hopefully everybody right now in the chat is headed over to crafted-culture.com.
Yeah, there's only 9 left.
Oh, what? Okay, hold on
Yeah.
a second. Buy now.
Yeah. The beer sold really well.
Heck
It
yeah,
did.
man. How many were created?
About
Uh,
1,200 4-packs.
Wow.
And there's only 9 left.
We have
Wow.
9 left. I think the breweries all have maybe a couple cases left. So anyone in Orlando, if you want to jump to one of the breweries to grab some,
Heck yeah.
you should probably do it this week sometime.
Soon.
Yeah.
Soon. Ivanhoe's
Yeah,
not
it's
that far
very
away.
slim.
Ivanhoe,
Yeah, you should
Ivanhoe's
definitely
about
check
20
it
minutes
out.
away, man. That's not bad. There was a band out of the intercoastal area called the Intercoastals. I used to play with them at West End Trading Company a couple times. They put on some fantastic music, man. They're really good.
So is there more of that beer coming out?
We haven't discussed it. I mean, it just came out on October 2nd, so it's only been out for like 2 weeks now.
Gotcha.
We had no idea. We are like, we hope it's going to sell out, but
Yeah.
we had no clue. We didn't know. We couldn't have any large events, obviously, around it, which is what we would have liked to have done.
Of course.
But we just spread the word, and people saw the show and wanted the beer, and it sold really well. So I don't know if Intercoastal was the head. What would you call it? That's where the beer was made, at Intercoastal. So all the brewers came over to Intercoastal. They had a brew day where they did all the mash in and the ingredients, and then we all came back 2 weeks later to do the canning. So all the breweries were there for the canning, but they were the host brewer as brewery. So I'm not sure if they're planning to make more or not.
Because I imagine the more people see the show,
Oh
the more
yeah.
people are going to want that beer.
Oh,
Mhm.
'Cause
absolutely.
That's a hell of an experience. You see a show on Amazon, and you're like, I can go get that beer. That
Yeah.
I just watched all these that blows my mind.
Yeah, what
That's
kind of
such a great
metrics are you
idea.
guys getting on the Prime videos? Like, I imagine you guys are seeing like watch metrics or time spent metrics or play metrics. Like, how's it going? I imagine, especially this day and age, pulling crafted beer is still really popping, man. It's still really, really
Oh, yeah.
popular, and the quality of the content is fantastic. So, what are those metrics looking like? You guys doing all right?
Yeah, I mean, it's part of the reason we wanted to set up the business model the way it's set up is because we didn't want to. In the past, I've produced shows where you solely rely on viewership, you solely rely on advertising. This was a way for us to produce a show where we didn't have to just only worry about that. We could sell some beers and make some of the money that way. There was more to it than just a TV show, I guess you could
Sure.
say.
Absolutely.
So
It's interactive, like to a degree, to be able to interact with the website, the merchandise, to go and get the beer, to like go and visit the breweries. Like not only is it just something you watch on TV, okay, the episode's over. It's like, man, we watch this episode, we can buy the beer right now. We can go to the brewery and we can see exactly where this whole thing went down. I would be so excited for season 2, like for the second season. It's going to be good, man.
we tried to make it as real time as possible. So I think it was a week and a half or 2 weeks after we launched the 4th episode, the final one, we had a behind the scenes episode which showed the beer being made and being canned, and then like the next day it came out. So
That's awesome.
Oh,
it was
wow.
really a really cool thing. But
You just
the
gotta
metrics,
follow up with it right away.
the metrics on Amazon, they base it on how many minutes people watch. So at first it was like, you had 100 minutes watched today or whatever.
Cool.
But then it steadily just keeps increasing. We're still a new company, a new brand, a new show, and people are just starting to discover it. And the longer those episodes are there on Amazon, the more we're finding people are finding it, having friends watch it, whatever the case may be. But those numbers just continue to grow. So
Now we have 1 billion minutes watched.
1 billion minutes.
Nice.
We're just kidding.
Not really.
Oh, I was about to say. I was about to ask. I was like, that's awesome, man. I mean, if so, I'm about to, do a little dance, make a little love, get down tonight. That was fantastic. But you will be there, man. I'm excited that you guys had no hesitation when we asked about season 2. Hey, you guys thinking of doing another season? Yep.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Absolutely.
We already kind of know what we're gonna do.
That's what I was gonna ask you. Are you doing 4 different breweries? Are you gonna up the number, down the number, keep it at 4?
Probably
think
keep it at 4.
4 is comfortable. It makes the collaboration beer process manageable.
Yeah,
because that
not,
was
not, not too
another
many
thing
cooks
we
in the
had
kitchen.
to really plan the meetings where everyone had time to come together
Yeah,
and that sort of thing. I think we more so know where we want to go next season and maybe even the season after that.
nice,
And then maybe someday we'll do another season in Florida also.
nice,
Um,
man.
there's
Because there's
certainly room for it.
so many places around the country. Like, how many breweries are in the country?
What's another
Oh
what's
man,
another brewery hotspot? What's
Man.
another city that has a lot of
Uh,
breweries?
Asheville,
Asheville.
North
Yeah, man, my
Carolina,
sister lives in Nashville. I actually just talked to her for a little bit. She's up in
Colorado.
Nashville, and it's popping in Nashville.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
you're right.
Asheville's beautiful. If you've never been, check it
Oh
out.
yeah, it's gorgeous, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
We went up for her. She
Well, hell,
graduated.
so is Colorado.
Yeah, she graduated about a
Yeah,
year ago.
Colorado's big. Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was awesome, man. Nashville's beautiful, especially this time of year. It's just gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. You know, the feeling, the environment, like just the overall energy, of
Yeah.
Asheville is super super awesome.
It's way different than Orlando.
Yeah, I definitely
Yeah.
recommend anybody that has an opportunity to spend a couple days in Nashville, do it, man.
Very different.
It's I think the only experience I really have with a lot of these cities is just playing through a show. Get to the show, unpack, get everything set up, sound check, play, breakdown, get in the bus,
Well,
we're out again.
Keep
hopefully
going.
one of their
Yep.
future seasons is in Asheville. So wait to go to Asheville and then watch the season and then go visit the 4 breweries
Yeah.
while you're in Asheville and sip your beer in the beautiful weather.
We cannot confirm nor deny that.
I did not. I don't know that. I'm just throwing it out there. I don't know.
You might be
Yeah.
warm when you
Lynn
mention
Floyd says, last
Asheville.
I heard, they have about 60 microbreweries just in Asheville.
Yeah.
60.
Yeah.
Man, how do you
That's a
guys
lot.
even narrow it down? How do you do your narrowing down process? Like, how
Chris
do you
does a lot
how
of
do you
tasting.
whittle? Is that what it is? Chris just drinks at every single
I'll
one of them.
find the good ones.
I'll find the best ones.
That's my role. I got it.
It's a great business expense.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, I'm writing this one off, baby.
Yeah.
We're writing this one off. This is fantastic. Man, that is so awesome. I'm so proud of you guys. Good job, man. We're really looking forward to season 2. Like, we got a lot of really great people in our community that are beer lovers and IPA lovers and lager lovers. You know, Dennis Cutter, the mad scientist from Maryland, our touring chef. You know, he every time he comes over here, he brings something new. Hey man, try this out. Hey, I got this from this brewery. Hey man, a friend gave me this, or he gave me this, and he's always bringing just super 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 tasty stuff over. And every single time, you can taste like the originality. Like there's always an original spin to all the different breweries, and how, like you were talking about it earlier, Craig, the magic of putting it together, like how they're adding the flavors and how they're adding the scents and how they all go together and how they blend together, how much of one to put in with the other, and how they kind of gauge it on where they're from, the location. Like, we're over here, we're at the intercoast, let's toss a little sea salt and like a flavor in there. We're over on this side, let's do a little more citrus over here. You know, and that's so cool, like the creative freedom that you have to create something like that you can then share with an entire community, and then get together with 3 other breweries to create like an ultimate one. Is just, talk about camaraderie. Like, that's so
I love
cool.
the bringing the breweries together.
Yeah, man. It is really
One
awesome.
beer. That's
It's really cool.
And it was a really great idea that you guys did individual artwork for all the individual breweries. Like, that was really great. How'd that idea come about? Where'd that come from?
That was an idea of Donald, wasn't it? Didn't Donald come up with that concept, Chris?
Well, I mean, I don't want to take credit for it if it wasn't me, but I thought it was something I suggested, but I'm not sure.
Well, you know what it was? Maybe you suggested it, and Donald said, "Yeah, we can make that happen."
Yeah,
because
I think
we weren't sure how we would, when they assemble the beer, when they can it, how those labels would be fed and then packaged together. But Donald's like, "Yeah, oh yeah, we can do that. We can do it."
Yeah.
And
That's
then
awesome.
getting the
Great
artists,
idea, Chris.
getting the artists together to then also create similar artwork was another process in itself. So
Another awesome collaborative effort.
Yeah.
it was yeah.
Exactly, and it sounds like that this is kind of like at the root of everything that they're doing, and what Craig was talking about how he loves things that are like driven and community inspired, and you know, kind of like real time and emotional and passionate. Like he loves the passion products, and so this product here is a culmination right now, just in season 1, of 4 other passion products, and all the individual breweries that came together with their love of what they were able to do to culminate in something incredible like Crafted.
Yeah, one of the cool things that came out of our project early on that I didn't see coming was the community that would just surround us because of the energy we give off, I guess.
Yeah, just really good people, man.
And just having that community aspect of what we do is really, really cool. And it sounds like you guys are building kind of the same thing.
Oh yeah.
Not just you and other people, but between them, you're making connections with other people with other people. And I think that's incredibly awesome.
Yeah, and I think that's one thing that'll add longevity to any product. You know, like any kind of passion product or a project, like that adds longevity when you get to tie it into like the nucleus of the community itself, because it becomes so much bigger than just the people that are involved in the project. It becomes, you know, everything, the people that are watching and falling in love with it, the different breweries, people that visit and they get the beer and they literally, I guarantee you, if you guys haven't done it, which I would if I were you, they're going to collect those cans as collectors like items. Absolutely.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
without a doubt. Especially, I love the individual artwork. I think that's fantastic, and I've always really been happy to see individual companies come together to create something, because there's so much competition in the world that it's so much fun to see these people come together and to create something together. You know, and they do it with the ultimate version of, I want to make this the best we can possibly make this. I want to do the best we can possibly do to create the best product we can, because yes, our names are on it, but we're also super passionate about what we do. And then to bring it full circle, when you were talking earlier, Craig, about them trusting you to go in and tell their story, like I bring it up again because that's huge. Like that is massive to have somebody like that puts so much time and love and passion and money and everything. And then some people, you're introducing the world to a lot of these breweries. So I bet they were incredibly excited to see what you guys were going to come up with. And clearly, they really enjoyed it. Which is so cool, man. Do you guys have a timeline for season 2?
We talked about this for a while. I'm the guy that says we got to go. We got to do it now. I'm really trying to push things as quickly as possible. Chris is definitely the one that says, well, slow it down a little bit. Like, let's give it just a minute. So I was pushing for us to get another one done this year, and Chris is like, no, maybe we should wait. So I think we're going to produce another season, go and film it and edit it, and maybe even start airing it in December, late December. But the next beer probably won't come out until January of next year, probably.
Gotcha. Man, I like it. You're getting it in the hopper, ready to rock and roll.
Still not too far away.
Oh my God, bro! 2020's flying. I just realized today we're like halfway through October.
It's crazy.
We want to get to a point where we're releasing a new season every 2 months, so 6 seasons a year.
Dude, that'd be awesome. Dude,
Yeah.
you guys there's so many breweries in the country. Oh my, and you haven't even left the country yet. Imagine when you venture out to international, like holy
Absolutely.
Toledo, man.
Yeah.
Lots of room for growth, for sure.
That is awesome. That's a really good goal and a really good timeline. Do you guys have like a rough estimate of when you hope to be able to be on that cycle of producing a season every 2 months?
Hopefully, after the first 3 seasons, we'll have the whole thing is, I mean, this is a really new idea, and the business plan is definitely something that's not been done before. So it's a lot of, we're just doing it and trying to figure it out, honestly. So I'm thinking by the time we get to done with season 3, we'll have the idea refined enough to where it will be a, full-fledged business model. We can just roll them out,
Man. And I like the fact that you already have season 1 done, so you can go in and look at the formula that you used and find what you were successful and how you're like, we've already done it. Like, this is great, man. And there's always a little bit of and as we all know, there's always a little tweaking, a little evolving every time you do the next one. Every time you do the next one.
After season 1, you tweak a little bit after season 2. Like you said, by season 3, season 4, you're like, all right, we know how to do this.
It's just what we do.
Boom,
It's
boom,
what you
boom,
guys
boom.
do. You're just repetition, and it's like now you're just you're spending lots of times on planes and buses and going to all the different places around the country and figuring out. All right, great. Chris, do you have any experience? Like Craig, you chatted a little bit earlier about being in the music industry and touring, and Chris, do you have any experience touring or spending time kind of like traveling around and experiencing different places and different times, not knowing what city or state you're in or what day of the week it is because it doesn't matter anyway?
No, not really at all. But I would like to experience that.
I think you guys will, man. I think if that's a goal of yours, if it is, I definitely think that that this journey is going to bring you on that journey.
For sure.
Yeah. What do you think, Commodore?
I'm excited for him. I'm with Chris. Like I haven't had that experience yet.
Yeah.
I love road trips.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm down.
Yeah, Craig, during your music industry time, did you spend time touring, like bus touring, 15-passenger van touring, trailer touring?
Yeah,
He's like all that shit.
yeah. So not only with my own band, we traveled up to upstate New York and back down the East Coast. One of the bands on my record label, I spent a full summer, almost 3 months, starting in Omaha up to Washington, down through LA, San Diego, back up through the States to New York, and then back to Florida. But also working in production, I was traveling all over the place all the time. I mean, there was a time I was in pre-production on a film in New York City Monday through Thursday, and then Thursday night I would take a red eye to Phoenix, Arizona, to produce an episode of Room Raiders, a show for MTV. So I would be there on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then get on a red eye back to New York City to be back at the other film. So I would wake up in airports and be like, what, am I back in New York? Do I need to get on the subway?
Wow.
What city am I in?
Yeah,
It was my very first. I think we did 36 shows in maybe 40 days, and we started in Chicago. We headed over to the top of Washington State, down through California. Hit all the middle states. Then at the end, we came across the bottom in Texas, which was crazy. Lots of border patrol in southern Texas, all the way down to Florida. And I always wondered why these bands, before I ever toured, like, you'd see somebody go, oh, good night, Wisconsin. They're like, hey, man, you're not in Wisconsin. And I'm like, how do you not know what state you're in? How dumb is that? And then my 4th day on tour, it was over. I had no idea where I was. I had no idea which city I was in. I just had no clue because, like, you close your eyes, you get on the bus, it's 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, you wake up for a radio show at 6:30 in the morning. And then you go back on the bus, you grab a nap, and then you got a TV show. So you go and do the morning show, and then you get back, and then you're leaving again. You're going to another city for another radio interview. Then you come back for the show that night. And by that time, I realized it didn't matter anyway. It didn't matter what city we were in. It didn't matter what was going on as long as we showed up on time. We played a great show. We shook hands. We did our best. We got back on the bus on time. We were done.
Unless you were the guy on the microphone thanking Chicago and Texas.
Yeah, we try not to do that, or you write it on the set list. Like, you have it in big, bold letters.
We are in Oklahoma.
Yeah, and I think one of my favorite experiences, that was all the food. And I think that was it. Like, after I got through the first week of playing shows, because the show was fairly repetitious. It was all about the hole in the walls that you could find in between the sets where you had free time. Like, if I walked out of the door, what could I find that I couldn't find anywhere else? Like, give me the weirdest looking hole in the wall, and I bet you they got the best food. And I think that was one of my favorite things was the food. So I'm excited for you, Chris. If you do find yourself on the road, my brother, I bet you are going to have the time of your life, man. Craig, do you think? I know you're kind of the guy pulling the strings, the producer, if you will. Do you think you'll find yourself on the road with Chris if he decides to jump in a bus and head out?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If we continue to bootstrap this show and this business the way we have starting it, we're both very hands-on, not only in the field when we're shooting, but also, behind the scenes as well. So it's going to involve, at least for the first couple of years, us probably both, go into the cities where we're doing episodes and staying there for, a week, 2 weeks, however long it takes us to shoot a season.
How cool, man. And before we wrap it up, I want to chat about Ian a little bit. Like, how do you guys know Ian? How did you get him involved in this? I imagine, what is your history with Ian?
Ian, the editor you're talking about.
Yeah.
Ian's actually my boyfriend, we've been together for 9 years now.
That's awesome.
And he just happens to be an editor.
Nice.
And I was like, hey, we're gonna start this new show about craft beer. Do you want to edit? Do you want to edit the show? And he was sort of in between projects, and I was able to sweet talk him into doing it for a very low rate, and it helped us get the first season completed. So
absolutely, man, and that's awesome. A huge shout out to you guys. 9 years, that's awesome. Where did you guys meet? Through production, through entertainment industry?
Yeah, we met actually in Florida. Yeah, through friends than anything. And
nice.
We just kind of had the same interests, and he was just then starting to edit, and I was just starting to produce my own stuff and my own series, and had another season of this cooking show coming up, and he sort of needed, wanted a shot at doing something a little bit bigger than some of the more businessy, corporate stuff that he had been editing before. And he's more into music, he's more creative, and it seemed like a better fit for him. And he's been editing, all of the stuff that we've done this whole time now. So
Nice, man. What a cool team. What a
Nice.
cool team that you guys are bringing your individual passions together. Very very similar to all like the breweries bringing their ideas together for this beer. Like you have these gentlemen bringing all these incredible ideas and these individual passions and pursuits and experience. Like you guys really bring a lot of talent, a lot of knowledge, a lot of experience to it. Then you got Chris down here that just kills the beers, man. And you got to have that guy. If you don't have that guy, you got nothing. But like you said, you're in sales and you can have a great product, but if you don't know how to sell it, you
Yeah.
can't do anything with it.
Exactly.
Nobody knows you have a great product.
Yeah, nobody
Exactly.
knows, so and there's a lot of, one of the things is like, some of the best music you'll never hear because they didn't find the right person to distribute it and get it out. You have to have not only a great product, but you have to know how to sell it as well. Like that I think is a big part of the clincher to really make that sale, because that's what's going to lead to the next season and the next season and the next season. That's where all your funding comes from. And I like the fact that you guys are also you have multiple income streams. From your viewership or however the arrangement is with Amazon Prime. Then you have merchandise. Then you have beer itself, and then you're using Amazon Prime to promote the beer that is being sold that turns right around and feeds right back into building the project. Which is just super freaking awesome, man. Like I really like what you guys have done, and I'm excited. I'm excited to not only watch this series, but I'm excited for series 2. That's going to be really good, man. I bet you guys are going to really step it up. You've probably learned so much from this process alone.
Big time.
absolutely.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, man.
Well, thank you guys. Appreciate that.
Dude,
Hell
of
yeah.
course, man. We
Hell
wanted
yeah.
to real quick. Do you Sam, do you already have this one?
No.
Okay, let me send you this one real quick. Actually, I'm just doing computer stuff behind. I'm taking a snapshot of Chris's beard, and I'm gonna use Photoshop to put it on myself.
I just shaved too, which sucks.
So let's see. All right, sweet man. If you guys wouldn't mind, would you be down for a really quick StreamYard selfie? Is that okay? We just take a snapshot of
sure.
the screen. That's pretty much all we do.
Yeah.
So all you got to do is just look at the screen and look super cute or super sexy, whatever you want to do. Chris and Craig, they got that down. Oh, see,
Oh, I forgot I'm recording over here.
No, you can still do the thinker. That's okay. You let me know when you're ready, Chris. We're waiting on you. Craig's already ready to go. He's a true professional. You
I'm
guys ready
good.
to rock and roll. Here we go. That's it. We're done.
Groovy.
That's awesome. He's like, I forgot I'm recording over here. We do it all the time.
Dual monitors, sorry.
Yeah, man. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We definitely appreciate you breaking off some time and sharing it with us. We're really excited to not only promote this, but to head over to Ivanhoe Brewing, because that's not too far away, and try this incredible beer. And I'm gonna get my own collector series. You guys can't stop me.
Hey.
It's really fantastic, and thank you very much. It's so cool to see you guys come together and see you create something like this that's just a pure passion project, something you really love, something a lot of people can connect to. You're involving your local community, which is really awesome, and I'm excited to see it grow throughout the states. To see what is it going to be Asheville next? Is it going to be Colorado next? Where are you guys headed next? Like, I think that's going to be really amazing, and I'm excited to watch you guys on this journey. And a huge shout out to Ian. Well done, Ian. Fantastic editor, my friend. Good man. And thanks for
And
giving my
once,
boy Craig a deal. I appreciate that.
Once season 2 gets underway or is completed or the beer's released, we'd love to have you back on.
Oh yeah, that'd
Awesome.
be so cool.
Again,
Yeah.
and promote the beer and hang out some more.
Sweet
We
guys.
appreciate that.
Sweet, man.
Absolutely.
Oh, awesome. We are going to, so we have your .com we're going to push. We have your Amazon Prime we're going to push. We also have your Instagram and your Facebook we're going to push. So we've seen those links pop up over here. Normally what we do is throughout the week, you'll see little clips kind of go up from the show, pushing certain things on different kind of social media. So we'll put a clip on Facebook, pushing Facebook. We'll put a clip on Instagram, vice versa, all that other good stuff.
Awesome.
So if there's anything, anything you guys have going on, let us know. We'd love to have you back on. And if you want to give us a couple minutes after we end the show, if you guys want to hang out in the green room for a second so we can have a little rap conversation, that'd be fantastic. If you got to go, I totally understand. It's no problem. But we always like, to have, a minute or two to just kind of talk about the show it was and, how it went, all that good stuff. We're pretty transparent with our community. Is that
Well,
cool?
thank you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you
Cool.
guys so much for having us.
Yes.
Our pleasure.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
Our definitely our
Yeah,
pleasure.
super inspirational,
Yeah.
absolutely fantastic. We wish you guys all the best of luck. Not
Love
that you're gonna need it because you got skill, baby, skill and a sexy beard. Chris got a sexy beard. I'm just gonna throw it out there. So, thank you guys so much, man. We'll be right back with you. And real quick, guys, everybody in the community, be sure to head over to crafted-culture.com. Check out everything. You can buy beer from there. You can get the link to Amazon Prime. That is the hub of where all their information comes from. So by all means, follow them on their social media, but head over to their website. It is well designed. It is super clean. It is super professional, and you can get everything you need right from crafted-culture.com.
And check out season 1 of Crafted.
Oh, you got to watch season 1 of Crafted. The episodes aren't even really that long, so it doesn't take you very long. You can binge watch it, drink, binge watch it again, and then have another drink, and then binge watch it again. It's like completely different episodes every
Get your
single time.
4-pack, have a beer per episode.
Yeah, per episode. Like when they do
There
the
you
when they
go.
do the intercoastal, drink the one that has intercoastal art on
Like,
it.
they put a lot of art in
That's
this.
immersive, bro.
Uh-huh.
That is awesome. Thank you guys very much, man. We'll be
Thanks,
in touch
guys.
just a couple minutes. Give us a second. Let me wrap this up with this motley crew, and we'll be right back with you guys. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Thanks again, guys.
Thank you.
All right. Super cool. Wow. Awesome. 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 They were fantastic, man. I really like those guys.
Pros.
Yeah, super pros. And they have such a polished product. You know, like Craig was saying.
Very impressive.
And Craig and Chris both. I mean, Chris is coming from the world of sales. Craig is coming from the production world. Ian's coming from the editing world. And you put those three people in the same group together,
Dangerous.
you see what happens. You see the quality of product that they have. So thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. We most certainly appreciate it. A huge shout out to Ian, Chris, and Craig from Crafted for joining us. Be sure to head over to their.com, crafted-culture.com. Find them on Instagram as well. Find them on Facebook. Do all the stuff and watch the series on Amazon Prime. If you need an Amazon Prime login, ask Jen Hogan. She just handed them out for free. She was a hacker a long time ago. She'll hack the crap out of Amazon Prime. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Amazon
get
Prime
her
is actually not that
blocked.
expensive, and you get some really fantastic stuff with Amazon Prime. Some really great series, and you save. It's $99 a year. I save that on shipping within the first week of me having Amazon
And you
Prime.
get it quicker.
Oh yeah, 2 days, baby.
It takes so long for me to get Amazon packages.
Yeah, that's why I do all the ordering for them.
Yeah.
So I hope you
Yeah.
guys have a really good night. Thank you for spending some time with us. We definitely appreciate it. I did remember my adapter today. I'm really excited.
Hey.
Oh yeah, we're not even playing around, baby. So we appreciate you guys hanging out with us tonight. Definitely check out. We got a poll going up tomorrow. I love you tomorrow. We got a poll going up tomorrow at 12, which is going to be super cool. We got 5 songs on that poll as well, which is going to be good. We have Wednesday night at 7:05. This Friday 9:05. You can catch us again, and we hope you guys have a really good night and stay out of trouble, live long and prosper, and all that other good stuff. You know, all the stuff, baby, all the stuff. So yeah, anything last form, Commodore? Anything you want to share?
That's it.
That's
Drink-
it, baby.
Drink beer and watch TV.
Drink beer and watch TV. Drink tasty beers and watch TV. Something like that.
Drink craft beers and watch Crafted.
That's right, man. We'll
That's what I
talk to you
meant to
guys
say.
soon. Stay out of trouble, and yeah, have a really good night. We're gonna do one of these cool little background things right there. Yeah, that's right, baby. And then this is Toilet Paper Jesus from our good friend Thomas Carter Rochester. I just love this song. He's such a fantastic individual. Here we go.
Walking down the street, chickens blowing kisses. Never thought I'd end up 28 without a missus. Yet here we are, yeah, it's totally a thing. Making this movie about my life in quarantine. Started out hype, living life as a pirate. Then it got eclectic as time began to riot. Filmed my thoughts, what a terrible idea. Had a party over Zoom and got diarrhea. Ran out of toilet paper, life felt like forfeit. Turn on the news, an invasion of hornets. That's when it really truly started to unravel. I truly wish I could go motherfracking travel like toilet paper Jesus. Toilet paper Jesus. Toilet paper Jesus. Toilet paper Jesus. I wanna be a vagabond, maybe I'm a Cylon. I should have killed them hornets with the motherfracking mask on. Covered in ketchup, man, I think I messed up. Need a therapist that will help me fill my loving cup. No, not with beer, they really need to steer this conversation with myself a light year away from beer that need to poop and seize the sorry socks. It don't please us, only